Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 2 of the NFL preseason on EA Sports.
Kicker Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On the option right is Fields. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face, because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Waddle, the motion man, right. But 1st down, Hurts. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we get everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. From the 46, here's a 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. They'll try the middle with Garindo. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
2nd and 4. They could still get a first down without scoring. On the give, it's Garindo. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tip Ryman. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Niners will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Looking to throw on 2nd down, Fields. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Fields going to move him around. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Fields on first down. Open man there is Darnell Washington. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Fields now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing again is Fields. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Back to the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now they'll shift things around. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now Hurts looking to change the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And running with power here. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away? It could cost them the ball game.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. On second down, here's Fields. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Niners are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 44. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter, but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Hurts. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Now Fields. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now the first carry here for the running back. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. That finds Smith-Schuster. Nice grab. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Fields going to change things up here. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Here's Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Fields. Setting up the screen, Harris. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. A great effort there. 73 yards. And the Niners take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but well, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Fields. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Here's Fields now on 2nd down. That's swung out wide to Harris. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. Fields. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now it's Fields. A short one there to Freiermuth. And Freiermuth going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this down to the 40. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 34 yards. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Now Moody for the PAT. And the lead is now 24. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. One more drop. Now they'll change things up. second half begins with a carry by Mitchell. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big 3rd down play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 10 more there and another first down. They'll run with Mitchell at a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And across the goal line into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tip Ryman ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Handoff here, Guerrero. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Now a a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That one complete to Ligon. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Dave's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And he's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Here's Garendo on first down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Garendo.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need. Touchdown 49ers! From 4 yards out.
And the 49ers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 50 yards.
And the 49ers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And No thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnover.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw.
He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown.
Jalen Waddle.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the 49ers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Right back to Mitchell here.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I know in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, you know, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Pass caught by Pearsall.
A crazy sequence here. Huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. This is taken at the 18. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here for... That one looks like he'll throw here. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So instead of fourth down, first down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because third down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. This is caught at the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
An extra point try now for Moody.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from